my mom always told me when I was younger, she's like, never be like us, always learn from us.
Amen.
She's just like, who you want to be like is like Jesus.
That's a good segue. Do you see some actions of yourself or some of the traits or characteristics, personalities of when you get mad or angry or excited of your parents within you, like you know like, or you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Do you
like, you basically catch yourself acting like your parents in a bad way?
Yeah, in a bad,
like when you're
exactly.
in a situation of like anger or like something like that.
Yeah. Like I've caught it in myself like a couple of times. Like, yo, this is something that my dad has done, like has reacted, and I don't want to do that. So I'm like, okay, no, I gotta turn left, turn right, or I don't want to continue that cycle, right? And I've had those conversations with my mom. I'm very close to my mom, but like we're like best friends. Like now, like
don't let Matthias hear that, bro. He'll cry.
What do you mean?
Best friends, bro.
Best friends.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're like, you and your mom are like best friends. Yeah. And I said, don't let Matthias hear that. He'll cry.
Because he's your best friend.
Because he's my best friend. I mean, I got many best friends.
You know?
I got
I
many
like to
best
use
friends.
the best friends word, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, like
okay, like, whatever. My mom and I are good. She's my mom, but we're good friends. But I've even told her, like, you know what, like, we had that relationship of where I got a call from the high school today, or from an email. I'm like, and I know she wouldn't do anything. She's like, oh, she would ask me, well, why'd you skip? And I would tell her straight up, oh, I didn't feel like it. She's like, oh, okay, you're gonna be the homeless one on Hastings. I don't really care. So she let me. That's the freedom. That's what I'm talking about. She's like, you're gonna pay the price. Go ahead. I'm like, whatever, right? She whatever. But on the other hand, with the big man right here on the other, if he got an email or a call from the high school, he's like, oh, why'd you skip? No, it was I was doing a school project at my friend's house. We had to skip. You know what I mean? There was no. It was polar opposites.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah, it was polar opposites. Like, but now
polar opposite styles of parenting, basically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. That's why I'm like, I feel right in the middle of things. I mean, I can see when you have to put your foot down, and when sometimes you got to just trust your kid, and let them learn on their own. But so that's another. That's my question. Do you maybe the same question or under the same umbrella? How were your parents on you? You know what I mean? How did they act?
The reactions that you can see in yourself sometimes.
Yeah,
the reactions that you can see in yourself sometimes.
Yeah, that and how they their style of parenting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's two questions.
Yeah.
But you gotta start with one.
Okay, so start with one. Start.
Write the second one down. I'm gonna forget. Write the second one down.
Yeah.
Definitely. Sometimes when I react, it's usually my quick reactions. I catch myself. I catch myself sometimes acting either like my mom or like my dad. But I always remember, because honestly, it's very rare when it happens. I think, at least, I don't know. My sister would probably say all the time, dude. Or something. Right? But at least the times I catch myself, I think it's like, oh,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Nope, don't do that. You know what I mean? And or when you still see your parents reacting the same way, and you're just like, I don't ever want to do that. You know what I mean? Or no. You're like, I'm never gonna react like that or talk to someone like that or no. You know what I mean? That's not me. And I feel like I've done pretty well my whole life not being like my parents, right? But it does happen. I won't lie, right? It does happen that quick reaction. I'm like, no, what did I do? You know what I mean? And then I feel so bad, and I've always been someone that can't stay mad or can't have someone be mad at them for long. Yeah. I either have to apologize. I think it kind of rolls into what I was talking about the other time. I either have to apologize or just so we're cool.
Yeah.
So even when I was younger and my mom was mad at me and sent me upstairs to my room, I'd go down the stairs. I'd write in a paper plane. I'd say, sorry, mama. And then I'd toss it to her and just look if she actually saw it or not. And then she's like, okay, you can come down now. I'm just like, oh, thank God. You know what I mean? I just like, I don't like that, right? Like I've never been someone that like likes people being mad at them or like being mad at people. Like I'll forgive someone like as best as I can just so we don't have that, right? So that's, I feel something like that my parents are not that great at, you know? So it's like an opposite. Like I'm good at that because that's how I am. It's clearly they did something right there, right? Of how I was brought up. But yeah, no, I do catch myself doing things like that, and I always remember like the women in my life have very like influenced me a lot, like especially my sisters and my mom. And when I think or when I react bad or something, I always think of what my sister says, which is like the super most annoying thing I've ever heard in my whole life. Would you treat your wife like that? You know what I mean? Like it's always like replaying in my head, and then like, you know, the honest truth is no. No, right? Yeah. I don't like. And she's like, "Why do you treat me like that?" Then I'm just like, "Because I didn't choose you, dude." You know what I mean? Just like I'm gonna choose my wife. Like, what would you know? As simple as that, right? Yeah. No, but like it's true though. Like I obviously shouldn't react like that with the few times I do. But the other thing is my mom always told me when I was younger. She's like, never be like us. Always learn from us. Amen. She's just like, who you want to be like is like Jesus. So I'm like, okay. So those are two things that are always in my head, right? Yeah. So those are two things that are always in my head and replaying anytime, like, you know, like I'm going to do like a bad decision or like I'm reacting bad or anything like that. And that's like the kind of quick switch, right? That just like goes on my head. So yeah, no, but I think it happens to everyone that they kind of have their little parents' reactions here and there, right? But the important thing is you catch it and you minimize it, or you try to change as best you can, or you try to learn from that situation and learn how to not react like that again, right? So that's me though.
How are you? Do you see some traits in you?
Of my mom?
Of your mom? With that answer, with that eye roll,
we're gonna need a replay on that one. I didn't hear what it said.
Let's do a replay now.
With when I'm upset, but specifically with my brother, and I think that's just like a copying reaction of like, this is the only way that you listen, kind of thing. And then I catch myself and I'm like, well, I don't want to treat you like mom treats you. So then I'm like, okay. And then I like try and calm down and like just talk it out. But yeah, I don't get like angry the way my mom does. I get like I do to you, where I just stare at you until you do what you're supposed to do.
Scary, bro. Yo, Dang, te tiene controlado, papá.
It's like I'm okay.
Yeah, I don't like I don't know, yelling or commanding or all that stuff. I'll just use my eyes. Yeah.
Dang.
All right.
Zang. Vacitis. Chicky vacitis. Do you see some traits whenever you get mad or upset or whatever, like in yourself from your parents? Or
I feel like more from my dad.
Of course.
Yeah.
What do you see?
I don't know, like if something's not going our way, we're just like, and we get like
you get frustrated.
Frustrated or whatever. And like it's basically that, because my mom, like, she's not really angry, to be honest. Like,
mom is so calm.
Your mom is so
kind,
calm,
everything. I love her.
I never see her mad, so I can't really get anything from her. But my dad, like, if something's not going his way, or
I mean, you get your chillness from what I see, like a mixture of both from your mom, right? Like, and your dad, like, you're super chill as well. You're like, you and your brother are super like laid back, which I love. You know what I mean? So you get, I guess, in my eyes, as being your friend, like a mixture of both worlds, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's anything else you want to add on that?
Actually, it's not like my parent, but like my grandma. I do get stuff from her. Like,
you see it? Like what? Like, care to explain? Let's see. What is it?
I don't know. Sometimes like she'd be like telling my cousins to do something, or my brother, and they don't do it, right? So then she starts like giving a little like attitude. Or, she gets into a mood where she's like, if you're not gonna do what I say, like what I tell you to do, then don't ask for me for anything. Right? So that's what I do. I'm like, oh, Memo, like, can you do this? And he doesn't do it. And then later he asks me, oh, can you like buy me something? Oh, do you want to do something? I just like ignore him or something. That's not a thing I get. That's about it.
All right. No, thank you for sharing. I do see myself more. That's weird. As I'm thinking about it now, like my mom's traits, but on like specific things, and then my dad's traits on specific things as well. Like if I get mad and frustrated, like in soccer, right? For just an example, my mom's traits, like speaking out loud, yada yada, like come on, what the heck, whatever, right? You know, that's my mom. But like if it's a personal thing or, you know, like a one-on-one thing, it's more my dad. Like I'll direct it to, you know, like direct, you know, it's interesting. And yeah, and even my friend, shout outs to Joey. Joey one time, he said on the field, relax, take a breather, don't be like that. And he doesn't know my parents, right? It was just like telling me just to chill. And when he said that, it just like clicked. Oh, your mom and dad. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, you know what? You're right. He's like, he said that, you know where you were playing, right? You were playing at Trout, whatever, right? Shout outs to Trout Lake, and every Saturday 1:30, please come and play. I mean, you don't have to come and play. I'm not saying please, but I mean,
invite in the comments below.
I mean, you guys see on my Instagram. Right? You want to have fun? Go have fun. It's really fun. But anyways,
wear your mask.
Right. Anyways, yeah. So when he said that, it caught me off guard. I'm like, yo, you know what? You're right. So I've been some areas I see myself a little bit of both. But yeah. But anyways, next question: what style of parenting?
Remember, Carlos's were like both opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. My dad, I could say, I guess he was way more chill, and he's like, if you want to have fun, it was, talk to dad, or like, ask dad. But if you could also, it was kind of also another extreme where if he was the one that got mad in a situation, you knew like, oh, you're done. You're screwed up.
Yeah.
And like you're done. Like, because like my mom was usually the disciplinarian and everything, and the more angry one, I could say, I guess. Right now she's chiller, but back in the day when we were younger, she'd always be upset with us, and like she'd be the one spanking us and all like that. Right? But my dad would never hit us or anything like that.
It would be your mom doing the dirty work.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So he was always like the good guy. Right? So, but yeah, no, exactly. When my dad would get mad, it was like, it was just like, it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But, let's see. My parents were never really on me for like schoolwork or anything like that. Like my mom, the only time my mom was kind of like on me for like educational stuff was when she was teaching me Spanish. But that was like when I was like, I don't know, like 7 to like 10, right? And then she'd like make me sit down at the table, and I wouldn't be able to leave until I finished el silabario and like all my like what's called conjugations and stuff like that. Yeah. And that's kind of low key traumatizing, actually. Wow. But like also,
we all traumatize some way.
I'm actually very happy that she did it, because I probably wouldn't have learned any other way, And to this day, like I've never gone to like I know some kids go to like Catholic school to learn Spanish and stuff like that, or like those classes.
Yeah.
I've never gone to like something like that, but I know how to spell way better than all those kids, and I know how to speak way better than all those kids. You know what I mean? And read and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know. I was always just more scared of my mom. But until I grew up and I began to understand her more and be more empathetic towards, I guess, how she grew up. It's like, oh, why was I scared of this lady? Like she's just like had a rough life. Like, let's be honest. And then like especially the day that she like, well, I guess that I was strong enough that it actually didn't hurt when she'd hit me, and then I had to fake it. You know what I mean? Like just so like she like felt like she had power.
Yeah.
So I remember she like grabbed a ruler. She grabbed the ruler, and I was just like running, and I was like, like just the fear of God. You know what I mean? Like you're like, whoa, what? Like she's coming after me, right? And then she hits me, and I'm just so like I was obviously not facing her. I'm just like, oh, that didn't hurt. Should I fake cry? And I did, dude. I just fake cried because I'm just so like I gotta give her the satisfaction of having her punish me. So
if
I'm
you
just
didn't,
like,
it would
exactly, it would have gone worse. She probably would have just like try to hit me
Yeah.
harder or something, or
Yeah.
find something bigger. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that was like when I was like 12 or 13. So
Shout
I'm
out
just
to
like,
La Chancla.
that was like the last time that she ever like hit me or anything. Like, so I'm like, okay, we're good. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't like. My mom, I guess you could say, maybe was slightly more like you said, she'd kind of like try to get even with you in a situation where she was trying to discipline you, right? Like almost more like calculated, you could say. Like she's really obsessed with like CSI and stuff like that. So like she's always like, you know, she's always really in there in her head and everything. So I don't know, like in different situations, she'd definitely be thinking like if he doesn't do this for me, I'm not gonna do this for him, or I'm gonna get back at him somehow, right? So I'm like, you know, and I like you said, I do that sometimes, but I try now not to do it as much. Like not in a bad way. I do it more like in like a. Actually, maybe that is still bad. Oh my god, I'm still reflecting right now. Because I was gonna say no. I do it sometimes in a teaching a lesson way, but like I guess that can be also bad. So,
everything's bad now.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. That's it for me.
All right. How about you, Keenan? What was the style your mom was giving you?
Yeah, so I was raised a single mom, so I guess she had to. Well, again, she raised all three of us very differently, and I think out of the three of us, I'm the one that is the closest with her, and I feel like I understand her more. So she never, like, I was never hit. I got things thrown at me once or twice,
like
but
the
never.
Matrix?
Yeah, I got a mug thrown at me once.
The chunk, the flying.
No, I got a mug thrown at me.
A mug with Tim Hortons coffee in it.
Yeah.
Thank you, sponsor.
Just finished coffee, chucked,
Damn.
dodged.
Was it a good throw though?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was a good dodge too.
Better dodge.
Better dodge.
Yeah.
Like they say, if you can't dodge a wrench,
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
There you go.
Exactly. So.
I love that movie. Sorry, but yeah.
So with me, she always just like, you know, talked it out and was always, or like yelled it out. But you know, she had expectations of me. She always said, you know, I better not be the last one to find out anything. She's like, I don't want somebody else to tell me anything. She's like, you tell me first. She's like, I won't get, like, I'll get more mad if someone else tells me than if you tell me. So I was, my mom always knew what was up with me. And because she was a single mom, going to school and working, I had to like take care of my brother. I was picking him up after school. You know, Kenny, you have to go home, do the dishes, cook for your brother, do my own homework and all that stuff, make sure he's taken care of. But yeah, it was all with, I feel like with me and my mom, it was all, Kenny, you have high expectations. Don't let me down.
Don't let me down.
So
that's a lot of pressure, man.
It was a lot of pressure.
So you were a single mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, part-time single mom.
She gave you, you know what?
That is a lot of
Can
pressure.
you have the responsibility? Like,
but yeah, like I got it. You know, I was like, well, I don't have a dad, so and I'm like, my mom needs me. And my brother was 6 years younger than me, so I mean, it's not, you know, so it was like, and I could do it, right? So. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So I just did it, but again, it was all like communication with me and my mom, and she, she had high expectations, and honestly, I don't think I've ever disappointed her, which I thank the Lord Almighty. But yeah, it was 100% like, Kenny, you gotta do this, and I'm like, all right. I was very obedient. I'm a very obedient, submissive child. I'll tell you that much. And she, I don't know how she did it, but she did it. She very like like me compared to my friend, like my best friend. She's like, I could not have your mom as my mom, and I'm like, oh, I know, because you are not obedient.
Which best friend? You have many best
Shout out to the best friend.
They know.
You know who you are.
They've said it multiple times.
Ya tu sabes.
Ya tu
sabes, chica.
Have your mom as my mom, and I'm like, oh, I know. I'm like, cause I listen to it. Like my mom commands, and I do. So
like a genie.
of course, yeah.
Like
but I mean,
genie.
she had to. So you know, yeah. I don't know. GD probably say something else because that whole thing is another thing.
Different experiences, man.
Different experience too.
Definitely.
Because he had like me and my mom, and so who knows?
Have you ever had two moms?
Two dads.
For some people out there.
I mean, shout out to Vancouver, but yeah. But anyways, how about you? We already sort of touched a little bit on it, but if you would like to elaborate more, like, what is the style of parenting that you got from your mom and from your dad?
I don't know. I guess from my mom's side, it was more like chill. She was like the chill one. Like, she would still like yell at me, of course, right?
Yeah.
She would tell me like, no. Like, she'll like keep saying it.
Yeah. Don't tell the secrets. Don't tell the secrets, bro.
She'll nag you.
Don't expose yourself. Don't expose yourself.
She's nagging you,
Yeah. And like, I remember like one time, like, she got really, really mad. And then like, I don't know what she grabbed. She just saw something, she grabbed it. And I was like walking to my room.
Yeah.
Boom! In las pompas, yo. I was
like, dang.
Oh. I was like, how old was I? I was in grade 6 or 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was like, I won't remember that. I mean, I will never forget that.
We're all traumatized here.
The best hits I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Hits.
Ooh, that's
top
a good one.
Top one hit. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Top 10.
That's a good one.
Dude, you wanna hear a top like 3 lifetime? So my buddy, I went he was my neighbor, the one that lived beside me when we used to live in the co-op. I went to his house one day. And I was playing, like, this is back when Sega Genesis was a thing, and I was like 5 or 6 or something.
This is
right?
90s.
Wild, right? So I go to his room, and we're just chilling, playing Sega, playing Sonic or something like that.
Yeah.
And I see this guitar, bro, and I'm just so like, oh, nice guitar, dude. I grab it, and then the whole back is broken. And I'm just like, yo, what the heck? Well, why do you have this, dude? He's just like, I keep it there as a memory. I'm like, of what? I've never messed with my mom. She hit him with the guitar, broke it, and he kept it as a memory, bro.
Dude,
that's messed up.
Just in case he was like, the guitar.
If I do something,
don't talk back to her.
He starts whipping himself with the guitar.
Yeah, dude. I was just like, that's weird.
I'm sorry, mama.
Yeah. I'm sorry, mama. Basically.
Never meant to hurt you. Cry. Never meant to
but that was like that's the wildest thing I've ever seen someone get hit with, a guitar. And like the weirdest thing was that he kept it.
He sleeps with it.
Pretty good self-regulation. Like,
guitar. Yeah, that's funny. That's another good question. Like, what or situation I got about what is your most memorable punishment that you've gotten from your parents?
Like hit,
punishment,
or like grounded or something like that.
It can even be grounded, like physical, mental, like verbal, whatever.
Dude, some parents, bro.
Some parents go.
Thank God that your parents didn't, right? But like some parents, bro. Like I've had some friends tell me some stories, bro. It's messed up, man.
Anyway, But I don't know who wants. You want to go first? I'll go first.
You go first, bro. I can't think.
The number. I'll always remember this. So. I think I told you this. So, man, this story.
Was that one time in band camp?
No, not band camp.
Oh, got you. Church camp.
Church. Any type.
Shout out to TBB.
No.
Shout out to
TBB.
Bro. No, camps are fantastic.
Yeah. Oh no, that's what you. No, that was a sleepover we were talking about.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that, bro.
Okay,
damn, bro. Yo, cut that. No, bro, man. Jesus. Oh my God.
Cut. Never mind. But back to the topic.
Yeah.
That's
got you, bro.
That's so dumb. But anyways, long story short, in grade 7. So for you people that might not know, I did grade 7 twice. My original grade 7 year in public school, and then I went to I did grade 7 again in a private school. Why did I do grade 7 twice? Because I didn't do my homework. I forged every letter, literally. Oh man, I can still do my mom's and my dad's signature to the key, and there's like in-term card, like the report cards, and there's in-term report cards like weekly progress, whatever. In my original grade 7 year, and I don't want my parents to see the freaking letter. Carlos has not been handing his homework in. Please sign this letter and give it back the next day or whatever, right? So what I would do, I would look, Ma, can you sign this, whatever? I just need, I just want to see your signature. And then she would sign it, whatever, right? And then I would practice her signature like a couple of days, then I perfected it. Also
like
with my
American
dad.
Psycho.
Is that what happens?
I'm just saying it's kind of psychotic.
Like a psychotic? Hey, man, I was a kid genius.
Nah, it's just any regular kid does that.
3 hours copying his parents' signature.
So anyways, long story short, I did that whole year. I didn't do homework. I was necio. I was such a bad student in grade 7. And so there's 3 parent-teacher conferences. The beginning of the year, September, then like December, then June. My parents didn't go to the first 2, but for some weird reason, they went to the last one in June. So
probably
they
just free that day, you know what I mean? Like, got nothing else to do. Might as well go.
Might as well go. And so they went to the parent-teacher conference, and then it's my turn. And I was so nervous, those nervous vibes. Those nervous vibes. I hate those, man.
Yes,
I got sick of those. Anyways, so it was Ms. McMaster. Ms. McMaster, you were not nice to me. You were very mean. You weren't supposed to be a teacher. And I'm saying that honestly. I've always wanted to say that, and now I'm saying it. Wherever you are, you're not a good teacher.
How old was she?
You might be a little bit racist too.
How old was she?
At that, so I was. I don't know. She was maybe like 42ish, 50ish at that time.
Probably dead then.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yo, perdóname, señor, en nombre de Jesús, amén.
I mean, COVID, AIDS, I don't know. But anyways, I've always wanted to say
Who knows,
that. But anyways, so she sits down with my parents automatically. So you guys, hi, the Mr. and Mrs. Escobar, or whatever. I think you guys already know how he is, and they're like, my parents like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, like what? What do you mean? Like, then she pulls out this like file tray. Jesus. Of the freaking intern cards that I signed.
Didn't you sign these?
She's like, didn't exactly. So yeah, your son's progress, Carlos's progress. You signed these like every other week, and then my mom and dad are like, we have not signed anything
the weapon that they were gonna use
the entire year. So that's
select your character.
Anyways, this was the first. Select your character. I had a technique. I would always put like triple pants or triple shorts under the pants, and when they would hit me, or like sweaters, like 3 sweaters, and then the.
That's actually no. My sister. So she my younger sister got hella in trouble this one time, bro, and she knew it was coming.
Yeah.
She knew it was coming. It was my dad that got mad. You know what I mean? She comes down, bro. She was wearing 5 layers of pants that were way too big for her. She put pillows in her butt and made her butt like super big in her whole body. And then she was crying coming down, but she was kind of laughing. She's like, Dad, I'm ready for you now. Bro, my dad saw her. He just started laughing. He couldn't hit her anymore. He just like, I'm like, bro,
I feel
that is the most genius thing I've ever thought in my life. Use comedy against this guy to like make him forget. You know what I mean? It was beautiful, man. Honestly.
Yeah. So that was funny. And then long story short, my dad was so mad he didn't even look at me. We went back to the house. My mom was so mad she didn't even say anything. This is the first time it's ever happened. So my dad calmly says, Emmanuel, come over here. He was chill, so chill that it was one of the scariest things in my life. We had a balcony door, so we go to the patio.
He threw you out?
No. Oh. There were cement blocks.
Could have gone.
There were cement blocks on the dirt, whatever, right?
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
He picked one up?
We're getting to that.
Okay, I was just joking.
And then, so he's like, stand in between the door, the entry of the patio door and in the house, getting into the house. So I'm standing in the middle of the door, whatever,
the doorway,
right?
Yeah.
The doorway. He's like, okay, I'm gonna give you this brick. Says so calmly. This like the cylinder blocks with the one with the 2 holes, the gray ones. And I'm 13 at the time. No muscle, no nothing. A kid. He's like,
no muscle?
No, nothing. So
he's
gains. Like, okay,
gains.
I will not hit you if you hold this for 1 hour on top of your head. So he gave me this. He put your hands up and hold the cylinder block.
He was like your Mr. Miyagi. Your head,
basically, for an hour. I'm like, okay. I'm like thinking, oh yeah, man, this is easy. I'm a kid. I'm Superman, whatever, right? So I'm holding it like 3 minutes in. I'm like, my dad is just looking at me. I'm gonna be here for an hour. He's like, right now it's like 5 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, you're free and you can go play with your friends, and I won't do anything to you.
Damn.
I promise you. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. I can do it. 3 minutes in, he adds another one. He's like, I forgot to tell you, I'm going to add another one every 10 minutes. I'm like, not every 10 minutes, but you know what I mean? Like whenever
he saw you like getting too much confidence,
exactly.
You're like, oh, nope.
Anyways, like maybe 10 minutes tops. I struggle, I fall down, and it lands and like it hits my freaking knee. Dude, I start crying. He's like, oh, that's not your punishment. And you failed, by the way.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, well, now let's go upstairs. Oh, my God, dude.
Did that knee injury ruin your soccer career?
No.
Thank God.
Thank God. Never.
God's good.
Never got any knee injuries, God forbid.
Yeah.
And after that, it was history. Like, that was a mental one and a physical one. We went upstairs, and he just started slashing my back with the belt.
Damn, bro.
Shout outs to Da Vinci Code. Please get that reference.
I thought you were going to say shout outs to the Passions of the Christ.
No, that's brutal. No, man. Nah.
Yo, that's a sad scene, dog.
That
made me cry, man.
That movie, don't
watch it with your kids, yo. Not yet. If they're kids.
That's the story for mine. I don't know who's next.
That's crazy, bro.
Wait, hold up.
What was the question?
What did they hit you with?
With the belt, they started slashing me on the back. Yeah. That was that. I'll always remember that.
Oh, what was like your worst punishment? That's what it was. Gotcha.
Yeah. Who's next?
Should I go?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
I got something to say about this one.
Damn, Zaddy.
Damn. Stuff right there.
Let's go, man.
I think it was in grade 8. I think it was. I think that was my last hit too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never forgetting that one. So in our school we had like a block where you're with like the grade 12s, right?
Yeah.
And I was in grade 8. That was like I don't know, my first month at high school or something.
Yeah.
And I remember this like high school, like this like grade 12 was getting like all like the principals like checking their what's it called, their bags and stuff, right? And I remember that one of them had a vape and he was my partner. So then I was like, he told me, he was like, hey, like do you think you can like hold on to this, right? And like I didn't know what it was, right?
Yeah.
At that time I was like I didn't know. I thought it wasn't bad, right?
Just like a little thing, whatever, right?
Yeah, right? Because it was just like smoke or something. So I was like, I'm like, oh, like in my pocket. And he's like, no, like leave it in your bag. And then like after school, like I'll come like look for you. Like meet me at like the main like hallway or whatever, right? And I was like, okay. And he just put it in my pocket. I mean, he put it in the pocket of my bag. Like I remember that bag because it was on this pocket. Like it was in the pocket right here. And then I remember that like I dipped home. Like I went home like fast because who was it? I think like Nicole, like my cousin Nicole. Yeah. She called me and she's like, hey, like I think I left the gate open like for my little dog, right? Well, my old dog. And I'm like, oh, I need to go home. So I went home. Like I ran home, and I forgot I had it in my pocket, right? And then I left my bag there and stuff. And I just forgot about it, right? And then I went back to my school to like, I don't know, go hang out with friends, go play basketball or something. And I get a call from my mom. It was like 5. I remember it was like 5:30 or something. She's like, where are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm at home. I mean, I'm like, oh, I'm playing basketball, right? And then after, she was like, oh, your dad's waiting for you. And my heart dropped there. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, your dad's waiting for you. Come home now. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I remember just like running home because I was so scared. I was I was shaking. I'm like, I already know what's coming. But I didn't know what. Like maybe like they called me because I didn't go to class or something, right? And then I opened the door and then I see like a belt like on the sofa, right? And I like peek in and I'm like, no way, like what happened, right? So I close it like slowly again, right? And then I went downstairs because my grandma lives downstairs. So I went downstairs and I got like una Biblia and I put it like in my butt.
Like only God can save me.
And I'm like, oh,
no. Yo, always trust the Lord.
Literally trust the Lord.
My grandma's like, what are you doing with that? And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna give it to a friend, right? So then I go back out and I put it in my butt, like you know, under my pants, right? And I was just like holding it. I'm like, no. I was like, please God, like help me. And I was scared. I was like going to cry, eh?
Yeah.
And then like I open the door and I hear like my dad like go in the washroom. So I run to my room. I ran to my room. I remember that. And I like left the Bible there. And I was just like laying in my bed. And then like he forgot his belt, right? So he grabbed un cable. Like de mi PS4, de mi PS4. He grabbed it.
HDMI cord. Damn.
Yeah, I remember he grabbed the like el cable, and I was like, I saw him come in, right? And I'm like,
here we go.
I'm like, here we go, right? But I'm like, wait, I'm like, Papa, I'm like, ¿por qué estás enojado, right?
It's like, why? First, you skipped the whole part. Like, why am I actually getting hit?
Yeah, I was like, wait, why? And after, and he like pulls out the vape that the guy like, gave me, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
You're not gonna believe me. The dog ate my homework for real.
But it wasn't mine. And he's like, like he didn't believe. Like that was like really innocent.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, he just looked at me like I'm not dumb, right? And but it wasn't actually mine.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, you can tell your dad right now. Like, hey.
Yeah, he knows now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I told him after that. And then after, I just remember that like he was gonna hit me in my butt, and then I moved, and it hit me like right on the, like right here.
In the lower back.
Lower back. And I remember having like una raya here. Oh, and I was like crying. I couldn't stop crying for like hours.
Yeah, I mean those things they go heavy.
But it was my fault. And then my mom's like, ¿Qué te dije? Like, no sé por qué. Like, I don't know why you moved, right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to go to my butt, like whatever. Right?
Your mom even helped you? Like,
no, my mom helped my dad. She was like, "Oh, that's your fault," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, I moved and whatever." But I was like crying. And the one who pulled it out was Memo. I don't know why he was going through my bag, but Memo's the one that got me in trouble. But
shout out to younger
looking
brothers.
for candies, man.
Young Memo.
Literally.
But yeah, that's
that's funny.
Honestly,
I've never heard of that.
I can't think of one, dude.
Putting a Bible up your butt. That's
well,
I never heard of that. But okay.
I don't think it was up his butt. It was just like covering his butt, dude. Chill. You almost had like a low key fantasy right there, just so like.
What's wrong with you?
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Jesus.
in or on top, but I mean, sure.
Yeah. Protection of God, bro.
I remember just seeing a Bible.
No, like you gotta think of it. That's pretty smart. Like,
It is.
if it would have hit the Bible, that wouldn't have hurt at all.
Yeah. It's the same thing, you know how in the movies they put the Bible before the gunshot, and it's like, oh, it hit the Bible.
Yeah. It got right to apocalypse when then it didn't hit me.